Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us today at Bulldog Yoga. My name is Tessa. I'm going to be leading you through a 20-minute class today, and we're going to be focusing on strengthening and stretching some of our most important muscles, our hips and our hamstrings. Some of you who watch online may notice that we have another 20-minute offering, hips and hammies. This is just some different poses that we can use. Feel free to take a walk, go running, do another online Bulldog Yoga class, and pop this one on and enjoy. All right, so let's get started. Last one, inhale, exhale.
You've got this.
That's Bulldog Strong for us, yeah?
Inhale, lift. We got one more.
You guys are so Bulldog Strong. I love it.
All right, so we're going to start today in child's pose. In our child's pose, knees fall wide on the mat, toes come to touch. As you can see for our guests here in the studio, they have a block available. It's always good to have a block for any yoga practice. You can get those at your local studio. You can get them online just to help you support your practice. All right, take a nice breath in here. On your exhale, walk your fingers out just a little bit further. One more breath in here. On your exhale, let your chest melt down a little bit further. All right, and you're going to press into your hands and come into your first downward facing dog. Okay, so hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart. So let's talk about those hips and hammies, right? If you have tight hamstrings, downward facing dog is an incredibly challenging pose for a lot of us. So some of us might want to take a bend in the knee to get your hips up even higher. And while we're doing that, just start to walk your heels down left and right, walking and pedaling your dog, finding a little bit of warmth through the back of your legs. Nice job. Find some stillness here. And on your exhale, you're going to walk your hands to the back of the mat. Walk them all the way back. Feet could be separated 2 fist distance apart, and you're going to walk your fingers to the outside edge of your right foot. So dial your fingers all the way over to the right. Pressing in through your heels, get a little bit more space. Inhale, walk your fingers back through center. And fingertips come to the outer blade of the left foot, reaching nice and long. Get a nice opening through your spine. Come back through center. Release your fingertips down to the mat. Walk your hands forward, coming into a high plank. How much do we love high plank at Bulldog, right? Makes us Bulldog Strong. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Your legs are engaged. When we go from high to low push-up, we shift forward, lower halfway down, hug your elbows in. Inhale to a cobra or upward facing dog. Cobra, your thighs are on the mat. Upward facing dog, thighs are floating. Press your hips high. Downward facing dog. Nice. Take a little bend in the knee. Lift your hips up even higher and straighten through your legs. Nice job, everybody. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee, fan your hip open. Squeeze your heel towards your left shoulder. Think about keeping your shoulders square to the mat. Twirl your foot. Inhale, straighten through the right leg, square off your hips. On your exhale, you're stepping your right foot all the way through to the top of the mat, coming into the low lunge. Hands are framing out your right foot. Inhale, lift your chest to hover off that thigh. On your exhale, float your arms back, airplane arms. Fingers are shooting towards the back of the room. Shoulder blades are squeezing together. Next inhale, reach your arms forward and up, high lunge. Right, shift your weight forward. A little bit lower. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Take a breath in. On your exhale, back heel spins down to the mat. Open up to the warrior 2. Nice and long on the mat. Right toes are facing forward. Back foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Fingers are pulling in opposite directions. Try and soften through your shoulders. Keeping the bend in your front leg. Flip your front palm. Reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. Finding length through your side body. Inhale, find a little bit more space. Release, come back up through center. Hands come down to the mat, high plank. Lower to your low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Roll over your toes. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. You're gonna walk your hands to the back of the mat once again. This time, toe heel your feet together so your toes are touching. Bend your knees, sweep up into your chair pose. Send your tailbone down. right? So why is Tessa putting you in chair pose for your hips and hamstrings video, right? Because I want you to build heat here. When you build heat, you're building strength and you're letting those muscles open up even more, finding length through those muscles. Sweep your arms back to airplane arms here. Chest is hovering over your thighs. Interlace your hands together at your low back. Pull your knuckles towards the back of the room. Crown of your head pulls forward. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, fold forward, straighten through your legs, keeping your palms pressed together. Let your arms move forward and down. Nice job. Bring your fingertips down to the mat. Here we go. We're walking ourselves forward to the high plank, top of a push-up. Remember, too, if you're in any of these classes and you need to drop down to your knees for your high push-up, feel free to modify. All right, we're going to lower halfway down, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Well done. Inhale, send your left leg back behind you. Bend your knee, fan your hip open, squeezing your heel towards your right shoulder. Shoulders are square down to the mat. Right, so I want a little lift out of the right shoulder. Maybe twirl your foot. Inhale, straighten through that left leg. On your exhale, step your left foot all the way through to the top of the mat. Low lunge. Inhale to fingertips. Exhale, airplane arms. Shoot your arms back. Right, building that heat from the inside out. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. High lunge. Settle in for one breath here. On your exhale, back heel spins down to the mat. Open up to warrior two. Take a look at that knee, Brian. Nice adjustment on your own, right? So that knee should be over your second or third toe, pointing in that direction, keeping the bend in the knee. Flip your front palm, reach up and back, reverse. Right? Pinky spinning down. Inhale, finding length through your side body. Exhale, sinking down a little further. Yeah. Inhale, back up through center. Hands come down to the mat. Frame out your foot, step it back. High plank. Lower to low plank, elbows hug in. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. All right, guys, let's get moving a little bit more. Inhale, send your right heel up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee, fan your hip open. Straighten through your right leg. Bring your right knee in towards your right elbow, squeeze. Inhale, send it back. Bend your knee, fan your hip open. Straighten through your right leg. Now step the right foot all the way through to the top of the mat. Back heel's gonna spin down. Sweep your arms forward and up, warrior one. So your back heel's down onto the mat, but if your ankle is tight and that's not possible, you could always stay up onto your toes. So your left hip is pushing forward, right hip is pulling back. Sweep your arms back. Once again in airplane arms, keeping your legs in warrior one hips. Chest is hovering over your thigh. Interlace your hands together here. On your inhale, lift your chest, lift your gaze, pull your knuckles down. Exhale, fold. Let your right shoulder come to the inside of your right knee. Maybe lifting your knuckles a little bit more off your thighs. Think about what's happening in your right outer seat. Try and pull it in a little bit more midline. Take one more breath here. Yeah. Release. Open up to your warrior two. That's building heat, right? That's your warrior two. Straighten through your front leg. We're moving into our triangle pose, so turn your right toes out to the right, ever so slightly. Right hand reaches forward, reach it forward. Drop your right hand down, maybe to the block, maybe to the shin. Left arm reaches up. Engage that right glute to push it under, lift up out of that left hand. Take a nice breath here. On your exhale, keep your legs where they are. Come on up and reverse. Send your right arm high. And I want you to take your left hand and gently grab onto your right wrist and give yourself a gentle pull with your right hand towards the back of the room. Well done. Come back up through center. We're going to rotate your hips towards the front of the room. Drop your left hand to the instep of the left foot. Right arm comes high. Easy twist. Does anyone feel this in your right outer hip, right? So you want to think of your left hip lifting. Back leg is nice and strong. Take a breath in. On your exhale, press through your heel. Come on up to open twist. Right arm comes to the back of the room. Left arm to the front. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Sink down nice and low. Take your right hand down your back leg. Left arm reaches high. Lift your chest. Lift your gaze. Sink down a little bit lower. Nice. Come back up through center. Bring your hands down. Frame out your right foot. You're going to step your back foot forward about 6 inches. Straighten through your right leg, getting into your pyramid pose. So I want you to think about tucking your right hip back, leading with your chest. So take a breath and lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward. All right? Finding a nice opening here through the back of your leg. You guys feel that? All right. Well done. Take one more breath in. On your exhale, bring your hands to frame out your right foot. You're going to bring your weight into your right foot. Lift your left leg high, standing split. Right? So you could always modify by putting blocks underneath your hands. Look back at your toes. You want your toes facing down. Right? Maybe keep a nice soft knee in that grounding leg. On your inhale, lift your heel up a little higher. On your exhale, little bend in the right knee. Bring your left knee behind the right. Squeeze it into a little curtsy. Nice. Inhale, send your left leg high again. We're going a little further this time. Now you're going to bring your left knee down behind your right ankle, right? And you're going to lower all the way down onto the mat. Okay, so your right leg's on top of your left. I know you guys actually get to sit here, right? So think about where your hips are. You might want to put your hands on your hip bones and press those sits bones down. When you're tight, what happens is one of your hips rolls up. Okay, take a breath here. Inhale. On your exhale, take your right hand behind your right hip, left arm reaches high. Pull the crown of your head nice and tall. And on your exhale, twist to the right. Maybe hooking your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Gazing over your right shoulder. Think about finding space. Take a breath in. On your exhale, release your hands down to the mat. You're going to walk your fingertips forward, keeping your legs where they are. Yes. So some of you may notice some of your knees are higher than you'd like. That's the tight hips working right there, okay? Walk your fingers forward. And we need to take one more breath in. Exhale, maybe walk them another half an inch further. Yes. All right. Bring your hands back down towards your hips. Okay? You're going to shift your weight forward, straighten through your legs, coming into a crossed ankle forward fold. So your right leg is still in front of your left leg. Shift your weight forward. Take a breath in. Breathe it out. Unravel those legs. Bring your left foot next to your right. Separate your feet 2 fist distance apart. Here we go. Take your peace sign fingers. Grab onto your big toes. Inhale, lift your chest. Pull the crown of your head forward. Exhale, fold it forward. Elbows tracking to the outside of your calves. Weight comes in towards the front of your feet. Maybe lift your hips up a little bit higher. Well done. All right, here we go. We're going to hold on to that right toe. Take your left hand off of your toe. You're going to bring it to your left hip. Some of you know where I'm going. This is one of Tessa's moves, right? So you're going to press in through your left foot. You're going to start to float your right heel. Start to pull your knee in towards your chest. Extend your leg long. Lift your gaze. Left arm goes high. If you have your toes and you want to keep a hold of them, extend your right leg long. If not, you're going to grab your right knee. If you have your knee, flex through your foot. Take a breath in through center. On your exhale, open up. Right leg to the right, left arm to the left. Nice. This is where you can see where we have tightness in the back of our legs. It's hard to extend your leg to a nice long line. Inhale, back through center. You're going to swap it out. Left hand to your right knee. Right arm reaches to the back of the room. Gaze over your right hand. Inhale your way back through center. Sweep your arms forward and up. Take a breath in. You're going to wrap your right leg over your left, coming into eagle legs. We're not worrying about the arm variation for our eagle now. Sink your hips down. Think about squaring your hips to the front of the room. So it's almost like you're in this awkward chair, right? You're in chair pose. Your tailbone is down. Well done. One more breath. Inhale here. On your exhale, stand up nice and tall. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Find high lunge. Slowly bring your right knee down to the mat. Press into the top of your right foot. Lift your chest, sink into your hips. Lift your gaze. On your exhale, frame out your left foot. Straighten through your left leg, left toes up towards the ceiling. Oh, who's feeling that, right? Whew. Inhale, come all the way through. Plant your left foot, reach your arms up. Inhale. On your exhale, plant through those hands. We got one more. Straighten through the leg, toes up towards the ceiling. Well done. Walk your hands forward. Frame out that left foot. You're going to lift your knee, step it back. High plank. Lower to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. You guys ready for the other side? Heck yes, right? Inhale, left leg goes high. Bend your knee, fan your hip open. Straighten through that leg. Bring your left knee in towards your left tricep. Squeeze. Inhale, send it back. Bend your knee, fan open. Straighten through your leg. Bring your left knee in towards your tricep. Squeeze. Inhale, send it back. Now step your left foot all the way through. Top of the mat. Back heel spins down. Sweep your arms forward and up. Warrior one. Right? So we want to think about that left hip back. Right hip is forward. Well done. Sweep your arms behind your back. Interlace your hands together here. Inhale, lift your chest. Pull your knuckles down. Lift the gaze. Exhale, hinge forward. Let your left elbow come to the inside of that left knee. Right? Think about that left hip. You want to affirm that left outer hip midline. Here we go. Release those hands. Come back up through center. Warrior two. Okay, straighten through your front leg. Moving into triangle pose. Turn your left toes out to the left. Left hand reaches forward. Left hand comes down to the block or the mat. Right arm goes high. Yeah, firm that left glute to pull it under. Press through your left heel. Come on up and reverse this shape. Send your left arm high. Take your right hand, grab onto your left wrist. Lift up and out of that side body. Come back up through center. You're going to drop your right hand down to the instep of your left foot. Left arm sweeps up towards the ceiling. All right, feel that nice opening in your outer thigh here. You're going to press through your left heel. Come on up, open twist. Left arm to the back of the room, right arm to the front. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Find length through your torso. Take this in a reverse. Right hand comes up, left arm comes down. Yes. One more breath in. On your exhale, release your hands to frame out that left foot. Walk your right foot forward about 6 inches. All right. Straighten through the left leg. Tuck your left hip back. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lead with your chest. Come forward. Pyramid pose. Right. Find that nice opening through your left leg. One more breath in. On your exhale, if you walked your hands anywhere else, bring them back to frame out the left foot. Press through your left heel. Lift your right leg high, standing split. Okay, so you want to think about your toes facing down and your hips staying closed here. That's going to help open up through the back of the leg even more. Inhale, lift your heel up a little higher. On your exhale, slightly bend through the left knee. Bring your right knee behind. Squeeze. Inhale, come back up. This time we're going further. On your exhale, right knee comes behind your left ankle. Slowly lower all the way down onto the mat. Yeah, sit up nice and tall. Again, take your hands to your hips. Maybe press your sits bones down. All right, so we're going to take our twist to the left. Left hand behind your left hip, right arm reaches high. Inhale. On your exhale, twist to the left. Yes, lift your crown up towards the ceiling. Find some length through your spine. On your exhale, bring your hands to the front of the mat. Slowly walk them forward with your legs crossed, right, as much as you can. All right, walk your hands back a little closer towards your body. You're going to plant your hands, straighten through your legs, crossed ankle forward fold. So your left ankle is on top of your right. All right, fold forward a little bit more. Release your left foot next to the right. Toes are separated 2 fist distance apart. Take your peace sign fingers. Grab onto your big toes. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, fold it forward. Elbows tracking to the outside of your calves. Shift it forward, straighten through your legs. Well done. Okay, keep a hold of that left toe. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Okay, so you're going to press in through that right foot. Start to peel your left heel up. Bring your knee in towards your chest. Stand nice and tall. Maybe hold on to the toe and extend your left foot forward. Maybe release your toe and grab your knee. Okay, right arm reaches up. Open up left leg to the left, right arm to the right. Yeah, you might touch a friend. It's okay. Inhale your way back through center. Bend through the knee. You're going to swap it out. Right hand to your left knee or your foot. Left arm reaches towards the back of the room. Take your gaze over your left hand. Stand tall. Breathe it in. exhale, come back through center. Sweep your arms up. Pull your left knee in towards your chest. And on your exhale, wrap your left leg around your right, eagle leg. So square off your hips, sink your hips down like you're in a chair pose. Right? You should feel this through both outer hips, right? Keep your chest lifted. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. Straighten through your right leg. Arms stay high. Pull your left knee in towards your chest and slowly extend the left foot to the back of the mat, coming into high lunge. Drop your left knee down onto the mat. Press into the top of your left foot. Lift your gaze. Lift your chest up a little bit more. Drag your fingers back. Yes, on your exhale, plant your hands, frame out your right foot, straighten through your right leg, rock your hips back, toes up towards the ceiling. So nice. On your inhale, come forward, plant your foot, sweep your arms up, lift your gaze. On your exhale, frame out your foot, straighten through your right leg, toes up towards the ceiling. Just feeling that through the back of your leg. All right, walk your hands forward, plant your foot, sweep your arms forward and up. Find one more lift here. Breathe it in. On your exhale, plant your hands down to the mat, step it back. High plank. Lift your hips up high, downward facing dog. Take a little bend in the knee. Lift your hips up high. Straighten through your legs. All right, here we go. Bring your hands together towards the front of the mat. You're going to walk both your feet forward. Bring them to the outside of your hands. Yogi Squat. Sinking down nice and low. Bring your hands to prayer position. Elbows on the inside of your knees. Right? Think about a nice opening through your chest in the squat. Take a breath in. On your exhale, plant your hands. Left foot stays where it is. Step your right foot to the back of the mat for a lizard lunge. There we go. Yes. So lizard lunge is different for so many of us, right? Sometimes we like to drop our right knee down. Right? Sometimes we keep it lifted. If you want to open up a little bit more, you could take your left hand to your left thigh and gently roll your knee out to the left. Notice I use the word gently, right? When we're moving any joint like this, we want to move carefully. And we wouldn't necessarily pop ourselves into a pose like this without having a nice warm-up. All right, release your left hand to the instep of that left foot. You're going to step your right foot to the outside of your right hand back into that yoga squat. Take a breath in. On your exhale, plant your hands. You're going to step your other leg to the back of the mat. Left foot comes back. Lizard lunge. Right, so some of us like to come down on our forearms, but it can be kind of a stretch here, right, where we're rounding through your back. So it might be helpful to put blocks underneath your forearms here. I'm stealing Sharna's block for you, Brian. Watch this. You're going to have to, you have less of a round in your back if you use those blocks. Nice job. All right, we're going to gently work our way out of this. Plant your right hand to the instep of that foot. Step your left foot forward back into your yogi squat. Lower your sits bones all the way down onto the mat, still sitting up nice and tall. Bring the soles of your feet together. Knees are going to fall wide. Peace sign figures. Once again, grab onto those big toes. Take a breath in. Lengthen through your spine. And on your exhale, lead with your chest. Fold forward, elbows pressing into your shins. Come back up through center. Hold on to those toes. So this is going to be different variations, right? So you're going to hold on to those toes. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Stand nice and tall. This could be enough for some of us. Maybe think about extending your heels up towards the ceiling. This is where you feel those tight hammies, right? So you're balancing on that space between your sits bones and your low back. If you'd like to open up your legs wide to a raised V, pulling on your toes, lifting through your chest. Take a breath in. All right, come back through center. Bring your feet together. Let your legs come down onto the mat. Extend your legs nice and long. Ground your sits bones down to the earth. On your inhale, you're going to stretch your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, lead with your chest. Come forward. Bring your fingers down towards the towards your feet. You can always use a strap or a towel underneath the ball of your feet to get a little bit more accessibility. I'm going to ask you to sit up nice and tall one more time. And on your exhale, take it again. Take your forward fold again. See if you can just eke out another little bit of space through those hamstrings. Release your feet. Come back up to a seated position. You guys made it. That 20 minutes went fast, right? You can crisscross applesauce. Thank you again. My name is Tessa. Thank you for giving us your time today. Thank you to those of you who are watching online. Again, you can follow Bulldog Yoga on Spotify. You can find us on Instagram. We always have fun things going on. Thanks for joining. Hope you guys feel good. Here we do our little closing clap. Good job. How you guys feel? Good? I see a little bit of sweat. It's good. I got a little bit of Tessa going on with my sweat.